Hello everyone, I will show you today how to build your own Chromium OS system on your machine. So, uh, before we start, you have to know that you need some machine with Linux to build it. Before you start, check your minimal system requirements for this process. You will need minimal 500 gigabytes hard disk, minimal 16 gigabyte RAMs, dual core CPU, and if you want to boot your uh, Chromium OS to target device, you will need minimum 8 gigabytes flash drive USB. I have connected to my remote device by SSH, and you can see that my release of Linux is version 18 Ubuntu. For the installation process and building process, you need some apps. For example, Git, Python, Nano, and you can install them by the apt get install. You can see that I have installed all of these apps before, so it was immediately completed, but in your case it will take some time to download all packages and install them on your device. Now reboot your computer and reconnect by SSH to your remote device. Check that you are in home directory. You can use the command cd and download by the git clone the depot tools. These tools are the fundamental tools for the building process of Chromium OS. You can check the new folder and check all of the tools you have downloaded. Now edit your bash hrc file with two new lines you will add at the end of this file. First line will declare the path to the new downloaded depot tools, and the other line will set up permissions for all new folders you will create or the user will create. If you want to use all features of the Chromium OS, you will have to set up something in Google Cloud Platform. First, create your own project, and after that, go to the settings and enable some libraries. If you don't do this, you can create your build image, but you will not be able, for example, to log in with your Google account, or you will not able to use the Google Drive. So enable some of libraries you can find in description, and also create your credentials. I will not show my credentials here in the video. You will have to create your own, but save all of them to say safe place. You will get 3 credentials on Google Cloud Platform, and you will save them to home directory in new file called .google API keys, and I have right there some dots, but you will put there your keys and IDs. Now set up your Git by your email address and your email, and after that create the working directory. As for me, it's Chromium OS folder, but it's on your choice. But remember, if you change this name of this directory, you will change everything in next steps. So now install the repo and use the init command to download some sources from these links. And now all preparations are completed, and we can start to build the Chromium OS. So go to the Chromium OS or your work directory and enable the screen apps before you start doing whatever, because some of processes will take very long time, and you will have to go from your computer. To get the source code, you will use the repo sync -j4. J4 means how powerful is your computer. If you want to make the process faster, you need more powerful CPU. If you want to leave your computer, you have to turn on the screen app. You will do this by clicking the Control A, and after that you will click the D button. we will do now one more recommended preparation for building. It's to make the sudo more permissive. You will do this by this command. To enter the building environment, you will type the cross sdk dash enter in the your working directory, and you will get the environment for building the Chromium OS. First time it takes a long time to enter the environment, but after that it is immediately. Now we start to build a package for your board of your target device. All boards you will find in folder called overlays. Every time you want to build something, you have to go back to trunk, source, and scripts directory and start these scripts from this folder. Before the building of the package, you have to set up the board you want to build, the channel you want to use. You can set up your website address, your Chromium OS name, and after that you will use the build packages for your board command, and you will wait to finish this. Now we are finishing and we will create the image for your boards you have created before. We have used some options, for example, that it will be a developer version, but you can find other options to change the output. So start the building process by typing build image command and wait for the finishing the process. Because of every time you will create a bootable USB drive for your Chromium OS, the USB drive will be like corrupted for the Windows and other OS. So if you are using Windows like me, run the command line, use the app disk part, list your disks and find your USB drive, uh, select your USB drive, use the clean create partition primary, format, quick format your USB drive, make it active, assign it to the some letter, and now you can exit and use the USB again. And the last step is to copy the image from your machine to USB drive. You will do it by command cross flash and you will choose your USB drive and wait for the process is finished. After that you can go to your target device and try to boot. But don't be disappointed because many devices are not supported by Chromium OS. So if you want to get it work, you will have to change the source code of Chromium OS